Massive mayfly swarm that emerged along Mississippi. This year's mass emergence of mayflies in the Mississippi Valley was one for the record books. The annual swarm rose above La Crosse, Wisconsin, from the river on Sunday evening, in a dark cloud so dense it caused a 3-car roadway collision, blacked out the sun, and even lit up area weather radar. The nuisance occurrence always causes headaches, but experts say this year's swarm was bigger than normal, though like every year the insects die off just as quickly as they emerge. And according to experts, the sizable swarm is a positive sign for water quality, and after the many millions of bugs mate and die off within a day or two, they'll become a long-awaited feast for famished fish. While millions of protein and fat-filled bugs dying off is great news for fish, and, later, fishermen, the news is not so good for drivers. In addition to the swarm briefly darkening out the sun this year, the less fortunate mayflies that find themselves smashed on the road become a thick, oily sludge that can and does lead to car accidents. The St. Paul Pioneer Press reports that Wisconsin road became so slick from the mayflies Sunday evening it caused at least one of the drivers involved in the 3-car crash to lose control of her vehicle. They also noted a limited visibility at the time of the crash. 2 people were injured in the crash, but only one person was taken to a local hospital. The problem has been so serious in the past that authorities have had to dump sand onto roadways and bridges to improve traction, much like salt and sand are used in the snowy months. One of the most striking things about this year's Mississippi emergence was its marked radar echo. Like a freak rainstorm in reverse, the emergence began to show up as a raucous blue and green around La Crosse at about 8:45 on Sunday. The mayflies quickly moved along with a northerly wind up the Mississippi and appeared on radar screens just as a light moderate rainfall might, according to NOAA. Over the course of around 3 hours, the radar faded as the mayflies spread out. By midnight, they were all but gone. And by no later than Tuesday, they were all dead, having mating and laying eggs to ensure next year's hatch. Left behind, of course, are their millions of gossamer bodies, piled in heaps along the river bank, in parking lots and on porches, and all over businesses and homes. Over the course of around 3 hours, the radar faded as the mayflies spread out. By midnight, they were all but gone. And by no later than Tuesday, they were all dead, having mating and laying eggs to ensure next year's hatch. Left behind, of course, are their millions of gossamer bodies, piled in heaps along the river bank, in parking lots and on porches, and all over businesses and homes.